Did you know that Singapore has more number of tourists than local citizens? The tourist headcount in Singapore is much more than the local population of about 5.7 million. Here to talk all about this beautiful country and why it's a big draw for upmarket Indian travelers is Renjie Wong, Area Director, India, Middle East and South Asia, Singapore Tourism Board.
What's your biggest challenge when reaching out to the Indian market?
I think to me the biggest challenge is that the Indian market is so huge and has so much growth potential, right? It's constantly changing, it's rapidly diversifying. And I think for us, it's all about how do we reach out in the most impactful and in the most sincere way possible, right? Really communicating to our Indian friends and fans what Singapore really is about and what we have to offer that is different from all other destinations. So I would say the biggest challenge really is really in keeping up with the market and being able to constantly stay top of mind for travelers.
Singapore has always been one of the most sought after destinations for the Indian traveler. Now that we are slowly emerging out of the pandemic, what's new from Singapore tourism for the Indian traveler?
Yeah, absolutely. Singapore has changed tremendously over the past 2.5 years because we've been incredibly busy. Our tourism partners have been reinventing all their offerings for the Indian visitor and for the international visitor in general. And so when the Indian visitor comes and visits Singapore today, it's the same Singapore that they know and love, but it's a whole new set of offerings that they get to experience from attractions, hotels, restaurants, of course, and nightlife.
What's your opinion of the Indian luxury traveler? Have you noticed any interesting trends or behavior patterns in their choice of travel, food and hotels?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say this, the Indian luxury travel segment is an incredibly huge market for us and of course an incredibly important market for us. I think the thing I love about them is that they are not scared to explore and for all intents and purposes they are looking only for the best and I think that's something that's very much aligned with what we have in Singapore and really being able to cater to their needs and really offer them the best of what the world has to offer.
Can you name a few activities in Singapore that would interest the upscale Indian traveler?
Yeah, where do I begin, right? I think one of the things that I love most about Singapore is that we have such an incredibly dynamic food and nightlife scene. In particular, Singapore has a consistently award-winning food scene with so many restaurants on the Michelin list and other top awards, right, from all across the world. And I think every month there is a new set of restaurants that open in Singapore from some of the top restaurateurs, some of the top names in the world, right? You have the top brands from the US coming in, chefs from all over Europe coming to Singapore and setting up their locations here, creating new concepts. And I think that's something that we're very excited about, just because they're able to tap into the dynamic culture of Singapore where everybody comes and meets and contributes to such an amazing fusion. And I think that's something that for the Indian luxury traveler is something that's particularly exciting.
And what's your strategy to reach out to the Indian travel trade?
I think for us, India is one of those markets where you have to go out there and meet the travel trade all the time. And we are very blessed to have the support of the travel trade across the decades. The support and friendships that have formed are really what we think is going to help us change as a destination and really appeal to the changing demands of the Indian travelers. And so I think that's something that we see as our core strategy is engaging our travel partners, our travel trade friends, really making sure that we are able to partner them to meet the needs of their clients.
Right. And how important is the Indian market for Singapore MICE?
Oh, it's incredibly important. I think MICE in India is a rapidly growing segment. And I think particularly with the incredible economic growth, right, all across India, we are seeing groups coming to Singapore looking for really high-end experiences. And I think what is wonderful about Singapore is that we are able to offer not just a regular holiday, for our clients, but really something meaningful so that when they come to Singapore, they are able to bond as a team, learn and experience the best of what the world has to offer so that when they go back, to their jobs, back here in India, they are taking something with them and really improved and motivated for the year ahead.
Okay. What's the roadmap for Singapore tourism in India, at least in the next 12 months?
I think what's very important that I mentioned a little bit earlier is our relationships with our travel trade partner friends, really recognizing that they are the key intermediaries and the key platforms for us to engage consumers. That said, we are also very much focused on speaking to consumers directly, really making sure that we are getting closer to the hearts and minds of Indian travelers. And I mean, I think we've always been a very strong destination for families, but we are also very much excited to talk to young, early careers, individuals who are excited to come and experience Singapore for the vibrant destination that it is, whether it is our attractions, our nightlife, our restaurant scene, and everything else that we have to offer for retail and so on. I think that is going to be really, really key for us in the year ahead.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining
Thank you,
us today,
cheers.
Mr. Renjie Wong. And we look forward to having more insightful conversations with Singapore tourists.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Caroline.
you.